Begin with the hips higher than the shoulders and the arms perpendicular to the torso. As you row the dumbbells towards the chest, it is very important to flex the spine upwards while keeping the hips in the same position. Given that the flexion row targets both the upper and the lower back musculature, it is important to really arch the spine in order to flex the spinal erectors. It is important to note that the primary function of the spinal erectors is to flex the spine, so you will get a significant pump in the lower back as well as the upper back. It is important to give a good squeeze at the top and to let the arms fully hang in order to ensure a full range of motion and a full contraction in the top and bottom range of motion. Next up, we have the neutral grip dumbbell overhead press. The neutral grip overhead press is going to allow for more use of the triceps and can feel a little safer on the shoulder for people that have either impingement or rotator cuff issues. As you press the dumbbells up, it is also important to press the dumbbells a little bit back to ensure a full range of motion and to get the weight of the dumbbells directly over your head. As you press the dumbbells up, think about getting your biceps next to your ears. And when you begin to lower the weight, guide the weight down with your elbows. This is going to ensure a straight path for the dumbbells. With the heels elevated on the surface and the weight of the dumbbells on the side of the body, begin the descent of the farmer squat with the knees driving over the toes and the hips coming straight down. The mechanics of the farmer squat are very similar to a leg press. Rather than targeting the hamstrings and the glutes, the farmer squats puts a lot of emphasis on the quadriceps. As you descend in the bottom of the farmer squat, it is completely normal for the knees to guide over the toes. Especially since the heels are elevated on a plate, this is going to allow for greater ankle mobility, allowing the quads to activate more in a full range of motion. As long as there is no discomfort in the knees and the lower back, try to descend as low as you can with a controlled eccentric and to stand up fast. The stiff-legged deadlift with the toes elevated on the plate is virtually the opposite motion of the farmer squat. With the knees slightly bent, actively push the hips back as if you are trying to reach the opposite wall behind you with your butt cheeks. Since one of the primary functions of the hamstrings is to extend the hips, it is important to hinge the hips back in order to eccentrically load the hamstrings and to stand up to concentrically flex the hamstrings at the top. It is safe to have some rounding in the upper back, but very important to keep the lower back as flat as possible. As you extend the hips at the top, it is important to squeeze the glutes, since the primary function of the glutes is to extend the hips, the same as the hamstrings do. Next up, to finish up the workout, we have push-ups paired with dumbbell bicep curls. Generally speaking, when performing push-ups, it is important to ensure a full range of motion as long as it is comfortable on your shoulders and your elbows. Now, the wider you place your hands outside of your shoulders, the more it's going to target the pecs, while the more you guide your elbows in and have the hands closer together, it targets more on the triceps. So there isn't really a wrong way to perform this. If you struggle to perform push-ups with a full plank position, it is totally fine to get down on the knees and to perform push-ups that way. As long as you ensure a full range of motion and you're getting a good stimulation in the pecs and the triceps, it's okay to perform push-ups in this manner. As you progressively get stronger on your push-ups, it is important to make the variations harder. From going to your knees, work your way up to a ledge. From going to the ledge, work your way back down to the floor. When performing the dumbbell curls, I like to have my elbows slightly in front of me and to actually lift my elbows up slightly as I curl up. The function of the bicep is not only to flex the elbow and supinate to the wrist, but also to slightly flex the shoulder. This small amount of shoulder flexion allows for a peak contraction of the bicep at the top. If you are truly a beginner, I recommend performing workouts like this anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week, starting at the lower end of the volume range. You can start this routine with each exercise having 3 sets, 8 repetitions per set. Eventually, in the next workout, you can make it 9 reps, 10 reps, or even add a 4th set. Whether you are increasing repetitions per set, adding an additional set, or if you have the option, increasing weight over time, it is important that you progressively increase the volume of your training sessions as weeks and months go by. Challenges are what creates change, so it is important that as each workout session comes by, you have to push harder. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, but most of all, I hope you guys enjoyed the workout, challenge yourself, and train hard.